What we've got here is a bottle from the Bimber distillery in London. It's a relatively new, quite young distillery, but they've already got quite an impressive output. A lot of very different cask expressions they've been using. So I'm quite intrigued to try this.
Yeah, it's one that you'll see trading hands on the secondary market a lot, and it's obviously a lot of people are very excited about it and heard very good things about the spirit. I think this is my first time trying one, so we can get cracked open and let's see what we've got.
Absolutely.
So I suppose whilst we're pouring the drams, this is a single cask bottling for Selfridges department store, 2010 vintage. Oh, it's an Oloroso sherry finish. Try to fire me your glass over and I'll top you up.
Yeah, you can tell it's probably fairly young, and the sherry influence, while it's clearly there, you get a nice copper hue to it.
Yeah.
But it's not as dark as like a first full sherry cask, entirely matured.
Yeah. I'm getting notes like I often find in younger whiskey, if it's not super gristy, I find it often has slight pine resin notes.
I think I know what you're saying. For me, it's quite cereally. It's just making me think of things, like bran flakes, that kind of thing. There is a sweetness to it, but it's not overpowering anyway. It's sort of hidden in the background somewhere.
I mean, how much of that sherry do you feel you're actually getting on the nose?
On the nose, not a lot. I think if I was tasting this without knowing what it was or anything about it, the only telltale sign is just this slight hue on the colour and not getting much from the nose. Oh,
90% of whiskey drinking is power suggestion.
Very light. There's
a lot of heat. It's 51.5%. I mean, I think there's a lot of heat on there from the alcohol compared to other whiskies around that similar strength, but that's probably just because it's so young.
Yeah, I thought it was very light. The alcohol prickle does come through. There's again cereal note of biscuity. It's kind of making me think of just plain hobnobs or plain digestives, quite oaty, quite cereally. But yeah, very light. Not too much going on beyond the alcohol prickle.
Yeah. Should we throw a bit of water in it and see what that does?
Absolutely.
I'm going to go reasonably aggressive with the water. So have you tried Bimber before, or is this your first experience as well?
Yeah, this is definitely my first experience of having a Bimber whiskey. So I've tried a few whiskies from different parts of England. So it's what I quite find fascinating is you're getting a lot of whiskey coming out of England now, and you're almost getting as broad a spectrum of flavour as you'd associate with whiskies from Scotland and different regions. It'd be fantastic to see in a few years' time if each region of England starts to get its own sort of designated profile.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really, really interesting.
And that's one of the fun things about English whiskies, that there's no predefined ideas of what any region should be, because obviously regionality came from a time when locality was much more strictly controlled.
Any thoughts on the whiskey after adding a bit of water there?
Yeah, I think I'm more confident now in putting a sort of raisiny, fruity note to it.
It's definitely opened up a little bit more for me. I'm getting sort of more coming through. That sherry influence is a bit more obvious now for me, now that I've added a bit of water. There is that sort of dried fruit element coming through, but I'm still getting that nice biscuity flavour.
And that piney note has receded.
As I'd expect, after adding water, it's still remarkably light.
Yeah.
The alcohol prickles eased off a little bit.
Yeah. I certainly think I think it's better with a drop of water.
So, all in all, what do you think of I suppose for a distillery like Bimber, where they're putting out so much whiskey, so many different styles, it's kind of hard to sort of say, what do you think of Bimber based on this one bottle? Any initial thoughts?
I think this bottle isn't, to my tastes, the lightness of the spirit or the lightness of the whiskey in itself struggles to keep up with the fieriness of the alcohol. Water's improved a touch, but yeah. I mean, an interesting experience nonetheless, and look forward to trying some more of their stuff. But
Yeah, I'd agree. Well, cheers.
Slange.